Joining us this morning, Court TV legal correspondent Julia Jenae. Good morning to you. Thank you for being with us. I'm curious because that was a pretty heated exchange between the defense and this witness that the state called. We also saw a pretty heated, frustrated exchange as the state questioned Alec Murdaugh on the stand. Do you think that this is strategy or are nerves running thin? Are they starting to get frayed at the end of this and the legal teams are getting frustrated with the witnesses?
Good morning, Marnie. Thanks for having me on this morning. I think that this is strategy in the sense of you want to leave this jury with a bang. You want to make sure that they hear you. And as far as the defense, they want to make sure that this rebuttal case doesn't hold any weight with them. They want this jury to be remembering their defense case that they've been putting on for the last couple of days. They want them to remember Alec Murdaugh's testimony and his brother's testimony yesterday that was very compelling at the end of the day. So dismantling these state witnesses that are being called to rebut their case, they aren't holding back. They aren't worried, it seems, about becoming unlikable in front of this jury. They want to push the buttons of these witnesses. They did it with Ronnie Crosby in a way they didn't before when he first testified in this case, and even with the pathologist who's on the stand for the state.
Is the biggest problem for the defense that Alec Murdaugh is a liar, that he admits to lying? So they will say, if he lied about this, he's lying about that.
I think that is the biggest hurdle that they have to overcome. What's in their favor is that this is a father who sounds like he loved his son, that he didn't have any animosity towards his wife. Even if they had a strained relationship, there hasn't been any evidence that he would want to kill these two people, that there's plenty of evidence showing that he loved them, that he was an involved and caring family member when it came to his son especially, but his wife as well. So these lies are what the state can really hold on to show this jury that all of it's a lie, even the caring nature of this defendant. That kennel lie is the biggest one there is. Our lead anchor here at Court TV, Vinnie Politan, calls it the big lie that the state is bringing up over and over again in front of this jury, because that puts him there. But Arnie, even his voice in that kennel video where he's kind of playing around with the dogs, playing around with his family, even that doesn't give this jury the animosity that they need when it comes to someone who could be capable of killing two family members. So the defense still trying to attack those state witnesses that are on the stand now in hopes that this jury is still going to like their client and not these witnesses that are taking the stand.
Right. No, it's such a complicated case, not only in the circumstantial evidence of it, but in all of the sort of outlying problems that this family was having financially, some of these other court cases criminally that they were facing. I mean, it gets really in the weeds for this jury. So they're going to head out to the crime scene for the first time, see firsthand the distance between the house and the kennels, just get a lay of the land. Is that an advantage for the defense or the prosecution?
You know, it depends on what the defense hopes that this jury is going to see. I think a jury view is very helpful for any jury when you can't really get a sense of where things are on a property. This isn't a home like the average person would have. So when you're hearing about the Moselle property and you're understanding that they had kennels in the back and they had this home and that shed, you really have to be there to understand that these kennels are far from the house, that it's better to take a car or a golf cart to get there rather than to walk, and to understand where Maggie's body was, where Paul's body was, and where someone would have had to be on that property in order to carry out these executions. I think that's going to be very helpful for the jury. The defense is hoping that they say it's impossible for Alec Murdaugh to have done this because of the way these bodies were and where he would have been in relation to his family. But I think it could help the state as well, because it's more information, it's more truth for this jury in terms of what they have to decide when they get into that deliberation room.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.